Hello, I wish to welcome everyone first off. My name is Rich, and I'm one of the members here at Interfaith Community Sanctuary. And today we're going to be celebrating Imbolc, which is a Celtic holiday, and it's one of the first of the spring festivals. But before we do, I have some sad news. For those of you who don't know yet, one of our beloved founders, Karen Lindquist, passed away this morning. And I want to offer a short prayer for her. Into the freedom of moon, stars, and sun, we let you go. Into the place beyond our understanding, we let you go. Into the wind's breath and the hands of our ancestors, we let you go. We love you. We miss you. We want you to be free at last from the limitations and sufferings of this life. Go safely. Go well. Go running home. May your going be sheltered and your welcome assured. May your soul smile in the embrace of the divine. May there be a beautiful welcome for you in the home you are going to. You are not going somewhere strange, but back to the home you never fully left.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Interfaith Community Sanctuary. My name's Christ Rapcewicz. I'd like to bring us all to, as Jamal has taken to calling it, convening us with this bell. Because while our hearts may be sad, broken even, there's no other way that Karen would want us to continue and to honor her. I have placed some tissues around. Those who are watching us online, you have to find your own, I'm sorry. Blessed be Karen Lindquist. Okay. Well, I was going to open this as telling a little bit about myself and how almost 3 decades ago, I met Karen and Jamal and the folks of Circle of Love, and we started this community, Interfaith Community Church at the time. Which grew out of New Age Christian Church. And while I was raised Roman Catholic and proud to have been in Catholic school for 12 years, while I was a young man, the head priest at my church was also a devotee of Mary. And his devotion, being a Polish man, I'm also Polish, set me on the path to be a goddess worshiper and eventually become, in a broader aspect, an eclectic pagan. And this service today that I developed, I'm going to give a talk about Imbolc and give a talk about the goddess we're going to honor, Bridget. And one thing that kept coming back to me as I was writing my talk was a line from another dearly departed soul, Prince. Excuse me while I wrote this. I was dreaming when I wrote this. Excuse me while I go astray. So, but again, the only way that we're able to honor her memory and honor the goddess is by continuing and being able to do our best to grow and share in our own faiths. I hope that my talk today sparks some interest in some people of paganism and goddess worship. If it doesn't, if it's just a curiosity, that's fine too. I'm glad to answer any questions and share at the end of the service. And again, I'm so glad that all of you are here today with us. So God bless you all. One thing, as part of calling in the ancestors, we're going to do that as a way that pagans call calling in quarters. That is going to invoke all four directions and spirit. And then the Divine Feminine, we lit the candle in front of the Virgin of Guadalupe there. The service is going to be about, partly about the goddess Bridget, who the Christians call Saint Bridget, and I'll explain that a little bit too. I really hoped I'd see her one more time. But I do want to do the land acknowledgement, because this land that our Interfaith Community Sanctuary sits on was not ours originally. It was inhabited by many, many native peoples. And as I've mentioned before, all around these Americas, both continents, many, many indigenous folks were there before us, holding the land sacred, working it, treasuring it, helping it be in trust for future generations. Particularly, the land here was inhabited by the Coast Salish peoples, and many people have gone back to calling Puget Sound and Elliott Bay the Salish Sea, with good reason. And particularly, I wish to mention the Duwamish. The Duwamish, out of all the tribes, the sacred being we call Chief Seattle. I'm saying his name in a garbled way, but it's the way that I know how to say it. I wish I could speak Lashutsi, which was his native language. But somehow, in recognizing the tribes that inhabited Washington and the King County area, the Duwamish were not included in that. We hope that someday the U.S. government are able to recognize their sacrifices and honor them with national recognition. They do have a longhouse along Harbor Island down on Marginal Way, or you could look at realrentduwamish.org. When some time ago, I learned, and we all learned from Siswinkle Laura Boucher, that a way to acknowledge Creator and to give thanks for all that we have, whether it's our joys, our sorrows. I like to honor it with this practice. If we could place our hands over our hearts, and please join me if you wish, gathering up all of our joys, all of our sorrows, however great and small they may be. Taking a moment, taking a breath, and then we lift our hands up to the Creator, offering that to Him, her, and returning our hands to our hearts, hopefully with a gift. And as we do that, we say this word, oh. So just take a breath a moment. Oh. Blessed be. Some people would say I should be strong and not bawling at people. And today I'm most joyously joined by my wife Lila. She hasn't been with us for some time. She's recovering from an injury to her eye, and I wish to honor the work of Susan Kingston, who was just speaking in the back. She helped give us a ride this morning. Thank you very much, Susan, and also to thank the team of folks that give us the virtual world access, and we thank Zach and Rich and the many other folks that are involved, George Ramirez, and as long as we're mentioning folks who are officers, Sally Joe and Janine. I thank you, and I'm sure Karen would have been honored for all the work that we continue to do. So, when I was a young person, I became devoted to the goddess and eventually became more of an eclectic pagan, and that brought me to this community. It was originally the New Age Christian church, which was fine, and they did some channeling, and after a few years, Jamal Rahman and the Circle of Love, which included Karen Lindquist and other folks, joined up with us, and we reincorporated as New Age Interfaith Community Church at the time, and then became Sanctuary too, because we wanted to give the idea that we were more open than just being a church that welcomed Muslims or Jews or pagans like me. And I felt especially blessed to be someone who was not, the church that I grew up in, several different churches that I've attended, might not have been excited to have a pagan in their midst. Who knows? I can't say. But I was really touched and proud to be able to be a part of this community, and I'm, again, proud to carry on the tradition that Karen Lindquist started, honoring the guest. While I'm not a guest anymore, that's the service that we're doing today, honoring the guest. So I want to give a little talk about what Imbolc and Bridget means. And I wanted to open by greeting you all again as brothers and sisters. One way that my belief is that our shared, the very cells of our body, the elements that make us all up, are the same in each and every one of us. There's not one of us who's like, well, there are friends of mine who might say, oh, there's aliens among us, or people from other planets. That could be. But they're likely made of the same stuff that we are too. So one way that I see this, when I say brothers and sisters, I think of us all as one family, and this planet is one community. And we have become greatly troubled over the decades that I've been alive, and while I'm sad of that, I think that the only way that we continue to honor that, the teaching that I feel that was given to me, that we have that sort of similarity, is by continuing. Okay, so Imbolc particularly is one of the cross-quarter festivals in the pagan tradition. There are 8 festivals that make up what's become known as the Wheel of the Year. Imbolc is one, Beltane, Lunasa, and then Samhain, what most people know as Halloween. Imbolc is the first, and then of course the season, the winter, summer, spring, and fall, which have their own sacred names. But I'm not going to go too much into that. But the wheel sort of chart is a more modern way of looking at that. And while, some people would say, oh, it's just, a made-up thing, I see it as an evolution of these practices and a way of continuing to grow and share in this faith. And I hope, again, to be able to do that adequately today. So, Imbolc particularly is one of the festivals that I just mentioned, which has some of the at least traditions that have come down to us. It means in translation in the belly, and one thing, it also can mean washing, particularly of the head. And I was going to say that each of our days of the week, months of the year, have sacred resonance that has gone back many, many generations. And February, the month that we're in, particularly, I just learned, translates into a cleansing or purification. So there are people who think of spring cleaning. This is a very, very old tradition that didn't just start because, we now have, roofs and houses. We were cleaning our caves and our trees back in the day, too. And it's nice to think that, to be able to honor a day like Sunday, while it's a lovely gray day here in Seattle, the sun is still behind those clouds, and it will return, I understand, later today. Blessed be again. But in the belly specifically means the sheep, or the, in Ireland, back, this festival has been celebrated likely for 12,000 years, Imbolc itself. And when it was first celebrated, there weren't cows. There weren't many different kinds of animals. Mostly it was sheep, so I understand. And in the belly means that also later this year is Beltane. Beltane is a time of a great party and a time when people would really sort of let their hair down and maybe let their clothes down and mate with other folks. And if you chart, folks having coupled at Beltane, the time when the birth might happen is here in February. So, we can think of this time as a renewal. We just passed the new year when a lot of folks make those resolutions, and some people by February might say, oh, that was dry January, and I don't have to go dry February or whatever resolution that would be. But the goddess Bridget inspires me and hopefully others to recommit ourselves, maybe not to those same resolutions, but just to new ideas and new growth, and be able to say that the dark time of the year is over, and after Imbolc, it's the return of the light time, the light half of the year. And being able to, I should have got some water. Dang it. Can I drink your drink, honey? I'm sorry. One thing I was supposed to get was water, but I forgot. Thank you, darling. Because I will be dry. Thank you. All right. But Imbolc is not just the only festival that's celebrated at this time of the year. I also follow a tradition of Hinduism, and for them, just last week, there was a goddess festival called Vasant Panchami, which is Days of the Goddess dedicated to Saraswati. Saraswati, one reason why I mention her is she has a lot of things analogous to Bridget in that she's also, the original name for her was Vak, which is the word, and the She usually is seen with a scroll, which is to make us think of the Vedas. And Bridget is a poet, so I saw an analogy there that it's not just, the Celts, that there was all around the world for whatever reason. This is a tradition that is of new growth. I just saw a report that we're already celebrating the what's known as the Chinese New Year. Thank you, Susan. And so that's another time to be inspired to, think about the road ahead and to think about new ways that we can honor this year. It's going to be the dragon year. I'm a dragon, and I'm wearing red in honor of Bridget. So now, the Celtic festivals are somewhat astrologically inspired, and Imbolc itself is right in between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. And particularly this year, 2024, I read that because of the way that the two points fell, because the solstice and the equinox are actually points on the compass, the astrological compass. Today is actually the day for Imbolc, if you want to look at it astrologically. Traditionally, though, Imbolc is celebrated the eve of February 1st through the eve of February 2nd. So it kind of just passed, but at the same time, astrologically, it's today. So blessed be the goddess, and blessed be all of us. This is a time of dreaming and reflection. We're here to give gratitude, sowing the seeds of intention. And I also learned that last year, the Pagan Renaissance, of which I count myself part of it, helped to have Ireland honor Imbolc as an actual national holiday. So I was glad to hear about that. And again, it's likely been celebrated for over 12,000 years. And it's a good example of how long, if you may have heard of the Hill of Tara, there's the goddess Tara from the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, but Tara in Ireland has a different connotation there. It's a passage tomb. You may have seen there's hills that you can walk underneath and, in a little cavern, but you come out the other side and it's actually aligned with the sunrise, sunset, and also it acknowledges Samhain. Let's see, okay. I'd like to go in now at this point. I'm going to explain some of the things that are on the altar. So again, red is the color of Bridget, and it's actually a wonderful way to acknowledge the goddess. Anytime we wear red, we're acknowledging that the goddess is with us. This is actually a dragon's blood candle. Again, Dragon New Year is what's coming up. I was also gifted this is my new wand, given to me by my wife on my birthday, and as you can see, it's a dragon, so lucky me. These different aspects are to acknowledge the quarters and where the directions, north, east, south, and west. Again, this is an eclectic service. I am going to be calling the quarter first in the east because I am thinking that the sun rises there, so let's start there and then we'll go around that way. So first, I'm going to cast the circle. So if you could just hold sacred breathing with me, and I'm going to go around. Blessed be all of you. Blessed be this space. May our rites today be sacred ones. May they acknowledge those who have gone before, those who have passed, and long may we serve our divine impulses. Blessed be. Now I'd like to have my wife do another type of casting. So she's going to be smudging the area with some sage. I'm going to open the front and back door. Just that side. Okay, it is already open. Good, thank you. This is to release any negativity, any thing from the outside world that we don't need in this rite. So now Lila's going to be blessing us with water. Thank you, Lila. Blessed be. And Now that the circle has been cast, I'd like to call in the quarters, call in our ancestors with my brother Rich Ader. I'm going to start with the east. You could stand if you like, but you're welcome to just sit. That's fine. Spirits of the east, spirits of the air, the rising sun, where our intellect comes from, and communication, inspiration, flexibility, and the Archangel Raphael. Blessed be.
To the great stag in the heat of the chase, to the burning of the sun, we welcome and call in the spirits of the South. The South represents for us passion. Hail and welcome.
Spirit of the West, where water, emotions, intuition, healing, our adaptability, the setting of the sun, the underworld, all the undines, and Gabriel the Archangel. Blessed be.
To the great bear in the starry skies of the north, to the spirits of the north, which represents for us practicality, we bid you welcome. And the Archangel Uriel, hail and welcome.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, everyone. We may sit. To invoke the Divine Feminine and the Goddess Bridget specifically, I'd like to read the charge of the Goddess. Welcome. Welcome. This is a traditional saying, and we've honored it here before, and I wish to honor her again. I who am the beauty of the green earth and the white moon upon the mysteries of the waters, I call upon your soul to arise and come unto me, for I am the soul of nature that gives life to the universe. From me all things proceed, and unto me they must return. Let me worship, let my worship be in the heart that rejoices. For behold, all acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Let there be beauty and strength, power and compassion, honor and humility, mirth and reverence within you. And you who seek to know me, know that the seeking and yearning will avail you not unless you know the mystery. For if that which you seek you do not find within yourself, you will never find it without. For behold, I have been with you from the beginning, and I am that which is attained at the end of desire. Blessed be. I'm just realizing now I was supposed to do announcements and the collection at the beginning. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So, I'd like us to do a chant now. If we could all stand, that'd be great. And those of you again at home, you can do this if you like. The fire flow free chant.
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to see everyone today. Thanks for your support. So in this part of the ritual, we'll be doing a chant to raise energy and to direct that energy for healing. The goddess Bridget is a triple goddess, maiden, mother, and crone. And she's also known for her healing, also known for her being a midwife too, and being with mothers and babies. And she is revered for her healing properties too. And we like to send that healing energy to anyone that needs it now, alive or have passed on. I myself am looking for healing to keep my eye getting stronger and hopefully get some more vision back. So in ritual, we usually raise energy and direct it. So we'll be directing it to the universe, to someone you know, for yourself. And since this is an open ritual, there's not a specific thing that you have to do or believe in, just in your own energy. And when we get together in a circle, that energy is so powerful. So before we begin, I'd like us to get a little closer to the altar. And traditionally, we walk around, but for space and also to contain the energy, instead of walking around, we're going to be moving our arms around. So I'm going to show you just with Chris for now. So we're going to be moving our arms around in a circle while we do the chant. And this is how we get the energy to flow. So as we're doing the chant, we'll be moving our arms around. And when I feel that the energy is lifting and ready to send that energy out to the universe, I'm going to say the word break. We're going to release our arms, and we're going to direct the energy out into the sky, to the universe, to each other, to ourselves. So the chant we're going to sing gets really funny when you say it a lot of times, because the words kind of get into a tongue tie, but the words are fire, flow, free, fire, flow through me. So once we do that a couple of times, it does get a little silly, and that's fine to laugh or to forget the words. The important part is the intention. Oh, thanks. Okay, this is going to be in our Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. Not yet. Not yet. All right. First, let's shake our hands out and shake out any mundane energy, any thoughts you may have that are not needed here now. Okay. Cool, thank you. Okay. Fire flow free, fire flow through me, 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 break. Reach down and touch the ground. Release your energy. Give your body to the gods. Arise and feel reborn. We send out this loving energy to the universe, to our loved ones, to ourselves, for healing, for those with us and for those that have passed away. May they be touched by our energy and be healed. So mote it be.
Thank you, Lila. Now, a little what we call libation. You can all have a seat again. If you'd like to take a break, a little nourishment after raising that energy and me losing my voice, maybe not you. Sure. If for some reason you don't want a grape, you don't feel forced to eat it. Take or not take if you'd like. Sure. There also will be other in some pagan traditions, they serve what is known as cakes and ale. Oh, I should take one too, because I am a dry person. As part of honoring the tradition of the sheep, I found some sheep cheese and some crackers. There are many other goodies downstairs. Cinnamon rolls, I think, are being baked. Excellent. Goddess bless Susan Kingston. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to, after we chew up our grapes a little bit and have a little more breath, I'm going to do a meditation to Bridget. It's the 21st century. Look at that technology. Okay. All right. So just try to breathe deeply within yourself for a few moments while I locate what I want to share with you. So relax and close your eyes. Let the stresses and strains of the day drain away, down through your feet and into the ground. Gradually allow your inner vision to reveal to you a meadow full of wild flowers, poppies, cornflowers, flax, and meadowsweet. Their scent filling the air around you, intoxicating. You see a pathway, little more than a sheep track, leading off towards the east, and find yourself following it. Eventually, you see in the distance a wood, and walking steadily, you approach the edge of it. It is a place of sunlight and shade, dappled shapes dancing on the grass, the sweet piping and chirping of the birds, the rustle of small mammals and insects. The path leads you on inside the wood. It is well trodden. Many others have walked this way before you, and quickly see that it is an ancient oak wood full of strong grandfather oaks, their trunks sturdy and steadfast, holding up their forked and leafy branches which reach to the sky. You are conscious of their roots, which delve far, far down into the ground, further than you can even imagine, drawing nourishment and wisdom from the earth. As you walk on, the trees become more and more dense, and the intensity of their branches begins to block out the light. It becomes quieter. You hear nothing but your own footsteps crunching on the forest floor. The dark increases and your heart beats faster. You don't know where you are or where you are going, but you are drawn onwards and feel your way by touch between the closely gathering trees. Eventually, you smell the friendly smoke of a wood fire, and at the same time, the darkness begins to recede and patches of sky appear between the branches above. The trees become thinner, and you find yourself on the other side of the wood, facing a small group of round huts, built of low stone walls with thatched roofs. As you approach the settlement, 3 women appear, and smiling a welcome, they guide you beyond the huts to a fence surrounding a large fire, which, even from this distance, you can see is burning with a fierce intensity. The women whisper to you, "This is Bridget's fire, Bridget's sacred fire. Do you wish to approach it?" If the answer is yes, allow the woman to take you inside the fence where more women are tending the fire. They lead you to it and then melt away into the background, leaving you alone. As you stare at the wall of flame, feeling its power and vitality, you become aware of the presence of Bridget. The form in which she chooses to appear to you will be different for each person. How does she seem to you? As you stand there, you feel yourself being laid bare as she looks at you, her gaze penetrating to your very essence. After what seems like eons, she gives you a gift. It may be an object, or words, or a song. This gift is a symbol of what you need in your life at the moment. Hardly have you received this gift when there is a flash of light and the vision fades. You suddenly find yourself back at the edge of the wood, the fence at the settlement behind you. The 3 women are with you again, and they escort you back to the edge of the wood. They take you to a small spring bubbling up from the ground and taking up a simple wooden bowl that lies beside it on a rock. They fill it with water and give it to you to drink. It takes away the penetrating heat of the fire. It quenches your thirst. It brings you healing. Then you retrace your steps through the wood, guided this time by an inner light that seems mysteriously to radiate from the fire you left behind in that fenced enclosure. Soon you reach the other side of the wood and follow the path back to the meadow. Again, you smell the scent of flowers and hear the murmuring of the bees and insects. You become aware of what Bridget has given you and meditate upon its significance. When you feel ready, leave the meadow. Come back into this room and open your eyes. Blessed be. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for being here. While this may have been not the easiest service for me, I was proud and honored to offer it. Because we haven't done it before and we need to do it before we end the live stream, I would like to offer one thing that my wife reminded me about Bridget is that she is a fan actually of coins. She's a smith, among other things, among a poetess and a healer. And as a smith, coins are important to her. Not necessarily paper money, nothing wrong with that, but any contributions that you can make to this organization. We are an independent group, Interfaith Community Sanctuary. There is also a lovely button on our website where mark donate. We have QR codes set up around the building that can, offer ways for you to get to that through PayPal or other things. One other thing, which I didn't say at the beginning, if you are watching this on YouTube, like it. And if you like to see other videos, please subscribe. I don't know why we don't say that more often. It is a thing of our reality now. And may it be blessed. And after we're done with our collection, I'd like to open it up for announcements. One announcement that I'm going to make on behalf of our Guiding Council is that today is a meeting of the Guiding Council. George Ramirez, our president, may have other things to say about that if he'd like. And other announcements that people may have. Next week also is our Universal Worship service. Jamal Rahman's service will be the following Sunday, and the last Sunday in the month will be a guest speaker. I'm not sure who that is yet. So, any other announcements people may have?
Just a couple of quick things. As Chris mentioned, at about 11:45, we're going to convene downstairs after we've had a chance to share coffee, tea, and conversation. And we have a meeting of our Guiding Council, which is the decision-making circle for all spiritual and practical matters that involve this sanctuary. And you're all welcome to be there, whether you're members or not. So thank you very much in advance. One thing I want to mention, because it's probably not yet on our calendar, is there's a new offering this afternoon. I think those of you who've been here remember Greg Pottenute. He spoke here the other day, last week. He's starting a meditation from the Tibetan Buddhist tradition here this afternoon, and today's the first day. And I think what time is that? Do you know what time it is? I think it's 6 o'clock. Yes, I think. I'll check and make sure, but that's this afternoon. But there's a number of other gatherings. We talked about building a home for the Mystic Heart this year is our discernment. And there's a lot of people and a lot of opportunity here to create building materials for you to help you build that home. So check our website. There's a number of different things almost every night of the week. And so I encourage you to look at that and participate and gain from that. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Any other announcements of other? There are many, many other things that happen here at Interfaith Community Sanctuary in this building. They are available through our website, interfaithcommunitysanctuary.org. Unless anybody else has thought of anything else. I'm just so blessed to have all of you, and so is the memory of Karen Lindquist, blessed that we all gathered here today. I'd like to close our circle now and bid farewell to our quarters. Spirits of the East, rising of the sun, we thank you for your presence in these rites. Hail and farewell.
To the spirit of the South, the great stag in the heat of the chase, to the flaming of the sun, to the Archangel Michael. I'm sorry I forgot to mention you in the beginning. We thank you. We bid you farewell. Hail and farewell.
Spirits of the West, place of the setting sun, place of the waters. We thank you for taking part in these rites with us. Hail and farewell.
To the spirit of the North, the great bear in the starry sky, to the Archangel Uriel, we thank you all for coming and for sharing your blessings with us. Hail and farewell.
Now I'd like to, do you want to sing? Oh yes. Yeah. Thank you to the Goddess Bridget for being with us today. May these rites have honored you, and may these rites have also honored those of our dearly departed Karen Lindquist. Blessed be. Sing next, or should I close the circle?
Thank you so much for everyone for coming today and sharing this ritual with us. I like to end by singing a song for Bridget. Oh, Bridget, great goddess, we call on you now. Bring your blessings unto us. For we are your children, and you are our mother. Wise woman, inspire us. O goddess of life, O goddess of the flame, bring your blessings unto us. So mote it be.
I'm going to close the circle now by going around with my wand. I realized that earlier I may have gone the counterclockwise direction, whereas I was supposed to go the clockwise direction, which is known as Widdershins, and the other way is Deosil. I'm hoping again that the sincere dedication that I feel and that we all have to this space still gave a sacredness to this rite. So you can remain standing if you'd like, and then after that we can have some sharing time. May this circle be open but unbroken. May the rites practiced herein have been of a sacred nature and honoring Bridget and our community. Blessed be, and blessed be all who have been here. Thank you. Blessed be. All right, so you can all sit and